Hi folks, here we are down in Daytona again. This is at the big racetrack here in Daytona, Florida. And this is the Car Corral, all kinds of old stuff for sale. Here's a 69 Volkswagen Dune Buggy, 26.5. We're going to show you as many of the prices and phone numbers as we can, if they have them. So if you're interested in something, pause it on the poster or the information on the windshield and go back and call them up or contact them however you'd like to. Anyway, here's an 87 Fiero GT, little Pontiac. Price is 13 grand, our best offer. There's your information right there, 82,000 miles. And we got a big Pontiac here, executive. This is a 1970. 16.5 is the price. There's your phone number. There's all your information. Looks like they've reduced the price on that one. Anyway, we got down here to catch some sun. We're from South Dakota. We've done a trip down here. We've got all kinds of videos coming out of different stuff, so check them all out. Some are out now, some aren't out yet, so just stay tuned. Here's a 41 Plymouth Coupe. 28 grand on this. Owned for 12 years, it says. Pretty nice looking little Plymouth. I like the color on it. And we got a 59 Chevy pickup here, all customized. Custom paint. 105,000, got a stroker engine. Make an offer, real offers, all kinds of information there. Looks like a real nice build. Got flames off the fenders. Good looking little Chevy pickup. And here's a Chevy Sedan delivery. You don't see these around too often. These were used by plumbers and electricians and servicemen back in the day. Put all their tools in the back. 18.5 is the price. Usually more of a commercial vehicle application back when they made them. Good looking little sedan delivery. And we got a square body 74 Chevy. 12.5 is the price right there. C10 daily driver. And here's a Model A, 1929 Model A Coupe. 14.5 is the price. There's your phone number. Good looking little Model A. Kind of an older repaint on that one. Mostly original from the looks of it. Got a rumble seat. And here's a high-end build here. Nice custom car, 36 Ford Cabriolet. Really nice with a dark red metallic paint job. There's your information, 99.5 on the price. Really a good looking car. Here's a Fairlane, 67 Fairlane. I really like these little Fairlanes. 428 automatic, vintage air, 38 grand. Good looking little Fairlane. And over here we've got a Chevelle. That one's already sold, the red Chevelle. So we'll jump over here to 62 T-Bird. 24 grand on this one. There's all your information. Cold AC, drives great. Power steering, power brakes, power windows. Sometimes the power windows are good, sometimes they're not. Sometimes it can be a hassle on older cars, you never know. Here's a 1970 Toyota Land Cruiser. This one's 13.9, and it's got a typical Florida problem up here. You'll see in the rain gutters, got a little rust up in the rain gutters there. Getting the salt air in Florida, and some things are like that. Here's a little Chevy SS, Chevy 2, LS3, 110,000. There's your information. The next couple cars are the same owner. They're all in the 110, 115 range. All have LS3. All really nice builds. There's a Camaro. This one's 110. And the orange Camaro after it's 115 on the prices. All with the more modern powertrain. Good looking cars. Here's the orange one. And they all have the same owner, so go back to the Chevy 2 and check out the phone number if you're interested. We showed the card on the window. Here's a Jeep Commando. 5K on this one, flat black. There it is, got a hard top. Best offer or trade. Motivated seller right there. There's their phone number. Got a winch on the front even. And here's another Toyota Land Cruiser. Got a snorkel on that one. No price or information. Got a patina Chevy here, C10, 66, 22K on it, marked down from 25. Says it's loaded with options there. Sorry for my cough, got a little dry cough for some reason. Here's a 53 Ford custom line. Got a nailhead Buick engine in there. No price, but there's a phone number and stuff. 425 nailhead. Good looking little Ford. Got the emblem on the trunk and all. Here's a 32 Chevy, two-door sedan. Try to show you the thing. It's flapping around. I don't know if you can catch that phone number. Price is $49,000. A little breezy, so it's flapping that poster around in the window. And we got a rat rod here. This one's already sold. It says sold on the window, but it's got all kinds of cool accessories. Free beer thing there. Got the exhaust up the back. Look at the meat grinder with a little chunk of red meat in there. Don't know if I like that or not. Alligator rats all over it. Corn cobs on the air cleaner. Got a flathead Ford in it. Kind of a funky rat rod right there. All kinds of doohickeys on it. Here's a 69 Corvette. 4-speed, 350. 37.5 on that one. And we get a little Valiant here with a slant 6 in it. Got 58,000 original miles. 16.5 is the price. There's your information there. Phone number right there. 61 Valiant. Step back here, we got a Falcon Ranchero. Little Ford Ranchero. 15.5 is the price. There's all your information. Nice looking little Ranchero. Over here we got a 55 sedan delivery Chevy. 42 grand is the price. There's all your information. Phone number. 42K question mark. So I guess they're up for offers on that one. And we got an Olds Cutlass here. 1971. 63,000 original miles. 2 owner. Got a 350 in it. Price is $24,500. Really nice car. Looks like mostly original. Good looking Olds if you want one. Make a good driver. Here's a Model A 2-door sedan. 47.9. Cash talks or trades. There's your phone number. Nice build on that one. Got a 32 grill shell on it. Good looking little Model A. And we got a Jaguar here. Price on this one is $85,000. There's all your price, price and phone number. Really nice interior in this. Kind of a tan leather interior. Good looking little Jag. Nice condition. All restored. And we got a 36 International pickup right here. 52,000. A 383 stroker. Real high-end build here. Nice looking truck. Gone fenderless. Got the original style bed I think on there. Good looking International. Here we got a 31 Model A Coupe. Got a motor that you got to look around to see out of it. Look at that thing sticking way up in front of you. There's the phone number, but there's no price. 32 grill on it, so if you're interested in it, give them a ring. They'll probably tell you the price. 54 Chevy Bel Air here. 2-door post. No price on this one. Call for price, it says. Must be a secret on that one. Nice looking car though. And right next door we got a 62 Bel Air. Again, no price, maybe the same owner, I'm not sure. There's your phone number on there. Big block, 540 big block. 62 Bel Air Chevy. And we got a 57 Chevy two-door post here. Another one that they're not putting the price on. Too much stuff to list. Vintage Air. There's your modern powertrain in it. I'm more of a fan of putting prices in them, kind of cuts through the BS. If somebody's looking at the price and sees the car and they contact you, well, then they're interested. But I'd rather not answer 50 million questions if they don't want to pay what I'm asking for something. But to each their own. Here's a 64 Chrysler 300. Got a 383 V8. 19.5 is the price. There's your phone number. Good looking. Looks like mostly original. And we're going to step in the back here. We get an El Camino. 19.5 is the price on this. Got a 350 crate engine. Good looking little El Camino. Got a hood scoop on it. There's your phone number. Call Bill. And we get a Mustang here. 66 Mustang convertible. Nice looking Mustang. Got a 289 in it. Price on this one is $40K. Looks like it's ready to go. Most of these cars are ready to drive home. Ready to cruise. 69,000 miles on this one. Original paint. That's a real nice Survivor. And we got an 89 Mustang here for 30 grand. This tells all your information about it. Phone number there and everything. Real nice original. And we'll step forward here. We got a 55 Chevy Gasser. This one's a high-end build here. Got a bunch tied up in this one. There's your phone number. Got a metal flake paint job or metallic. Nice looking interior. Way up in the front. Got some cutout pipes there. You got a whole board on the back here telling all about it. And the price. $155 on the bottom. And we got another Chevy C10 here. Short box pickup. This is a real nice one here. There's your interior. Look at the nice seats in that. Console and everything. This one's a short box for $80,000. And we got a Pontiac Formula here. $23,900 is the price. Good looking little Pontiac. 1979 Formula, 2-owner. There's your phone number and all. Then we got a Mercedes here, a little bit newer Mercedes, 2001. Looks like $29.50 is the price. Cheap enough, 118,000 miles. Convertible. 65 Malibu here with a 283. 45 grand on this one. Little Chevy Malibu. There's all your information. 64,000 miles. Good looking Malibu right there. And we got a Dodge Dart convertible. Look at the slant 6 leaning tower of power there. 7 grand. And it's a convertible. So that's not a lot of money for a convertible ready to go. You couldn't restore one for 3 times that price. So in my opinion, the prices are all over the board here. Some things too high, some things too low, some things right on. Some things, it depends on the area you're from. 50K on that one. You know, some things bring a lot more money in different areas than they do other. So, you know, it just kind of depends what's going on. What kind of money's spent on it, what kind of work's done. 40 grand on the Nova there. That's a station wagon. Here's a 57 Chevy Bel Air for 35 grand, their best offer. That's another thing too, is that, you know, they got a price on the window, but most of these are looking for offers, so sometimes they take an offer that's much less, sometimes they don't. Here's a 33 Ford two-door. Small block under the hood. All steel, it says. 38 grand on this one. 33s and 4s have always been a couple of my favorites. For styling, got the suicide doors. There's all your information. Good looking little two-door. And we got a 32 Ford Roadster here, 37 grand. This one's got a Westcott fiberglass body, so it's not an original body, it's a fiberglass aftermarket. There it is. Still got the look. And we got a 39 Chevy two-door here. Two-door sedan, $25,000 is the price. There's all your information. Good looking little 39 Chevy there. And here we got a 55 T-Bird. $25,000 is the price. Look at the exhaust coming out the bullets out of the back there. I don't think I've seen them do that before on one of those. And we got a 52 Studebaker pickup here. Nicely done up. Little street rod for $19,500. There's your phone number. Original running gear. So it's not a street rod. I guess it's just restored. And got some different wheels and tires on it, looks like. And we got a 53 Ford Custom here. $18,500 on the price. 5.0 with overdrive. Good looking little Ford. That'll go right down the interstate. Look at the battery in the firewall. It's one of those batteries that are dry but sticking right out of the firewall. I haven't seen somebody do that before with them. Here's an International IHC 1953. $5,900 on that one. Looks like it's got a V6 under the hood. Chevy V6 right there. And we got a nice 56 Chevy here. 34 grand. Trade up or down. There's your phone number. 6-cylinder. So it's mostly stock. Somebody got the wide whites on that one. Got a header. Or a split manifold. Or a header, I guess. Little performance stuff on the 6-cylinder. Got a 17 Mustang here with 44,000 miles. There's your price, 45 grand. Good looking Mustang. If you're into the newer ones. Here's a 36 Ford pickup. Looks like it's got a 35 grill on it. It's got the thinner grill with a 36 cab. 18,500 is the price. There's some of your information right there. 383 stroker. Looks like a homemade bed on that one. Wide tires. And we got a Chevy C10 short box. This is a real high-end build. Notice the wood in the bed is even stained to match the blue. Almost looks like water in there. It's got a high gloss finish on it. This is a real high-end build. But you better hang on to your pocketbook. 185 grand right there. Nice truck. Here's a 42 Ford. Wartime one. This one's a coupe. And it's 40,000 right there. There's all your information. Done up pretty nice. Good looking little wartime coupe. Got 49 Plymouth bumpers on it. And here's a 36 Ford Woody. 66,000 is the price. There's your phone number. Get a hold of Andy if you're interested. Good looking Woody right there. I always like the 36s. And we jumped ahead a little here. We got a 33 Chevy Roadster, Master Eagle. $39,900 is the price. There's your information. Convertible. Got the rumble seat in the back. Notice the step to get up in there. Put some passengers in the back there. Got dual side mounts, wire wheels. Good looking little Chevy. And we'll jump over here. We got a 77 Camaro. $18,500 is the price on this one. Gotta jump to the other side to see the phone number. There it is. 350 auto. Call Gary. Possible trade, our best offer. Man, we got a 67 Chevy SS here. 427 in it. $59,900 is the price. 4-speed. That one will get up and go. Call Gary on that one as well. And we got a 85 El Camino for $16,500 right there. Good looking El Camino. And we got a 67 Chevelle here for $32,000. There's all your information right there. Small block, factory air. So that one's a more original or a stock car. Where a lot of these have modern powertrains, that one's more stock. Here's a 37 Ford two-door. $89,500 crossed out to $79,500. High-end build on that one. Looks like they got a lot tied up in it. Show you the inside a little there. Pretty nice inside. Good looking car. 64 Corvette right here. This one is really cool. It's got like a 70s custom paint job on it. $56,500 is the price. I love the old school stuff like this with the old style paint. There's the original interior. Look at the paint scheme on the top. Just a nice looking Corvette. Pretty hard to find the old ones. A lot of them have got rid of the old custom jobs that they did and stuff, and that one's a survivor. Here's a 73 Corvette, 21 grand. Same owner, 21 or 4 years. I didn't catch what it said. And we got a Pontiac Formula here. $21,500 is the price. 1979. The real deal there, it says. Oh, look here, 59 El Camino with a 348 V8 in it. 52 grand is the price. Call Bob right there. Power Glide. Nice looking El Camino. And we'll jump over here. Here's something you don't see too often at a car corral like this. You see a lot of muscle cars and hot rods and stuff, but this is an Auburn, more of a classic car. 3-window coupe. They don't have a price or such on that, so I can't show you. But it is a nice looking car. Good looking Auburn. Dual side mounts, 3-window coupe. We'll jump ahead here. We got an 83 Chevy C10, $32,500. Frame off restoration, 454 big block. Good looking square body there. Looking good in red. 65 Mustang here. That one's sold for $29,500. Jump ahead to a 49 Jeep. Willie's Jeepster here. This one's $17,900. There's your information. Looks like maybe it has a V6 under the hood. Not sure if it's V6 or V8, but it's a more modern engine than the Jeep. And we get a police car here. Florida Highway Patrol. Good looking little 57 Chevy police car. The guy says this is the original. This is the real deal. It was always a police car. Florida Highway Patrol. Price is $26,500 on this one. Got a bubblegum light on top. There's all your information. Prior U.S. Air Force military police car, actually, right there it says. And we got a little Chevy pickup here. This is 50 grand. This is a 454 SS. Real clean pickup here. Ready to cruise. Now this one's a Camaro. Magazine car. High-end build. Look at the turbo under the hood. Modern powertrain. 180 grand on this one. Got a roll bar in there. Jump ahead here, we got a 57 Chevy, 2-door hardtop. There's your information, 45 grand on that one. Got some pinstriping on there too. And we'll jump over here, got a 32 Ford Roadster. No price on this one, or information. Good looking little 32 Ford though. Got a 64 Corvette, 72.5 on the price, convertible. There's all your information. Rare, 265 horsepower vet. Good looking Corvette. And we got a GMC Blazer here, square body, 26 grand, 1976. There's all your information, trade or sell. LS swap. Got a Mustang here, convertible, got no price on that one. Good looking little Mustang there. Here's a 65 fastback. You don't see too many of the fastbacks around. This one's 49.9. They're really sought after. The fastback's got a 289 V8. And we got a 99 Prowler for 35 grand. 4,500 documented miles. Low mileage. Nice one. Here's a Nova, 70 Nova, 41,000. There's all your information. 502 crate engine. Runs great. New tires. Looks like it's got a roll cage in there too. You might need it with that big engine. Here's another Camaro, 67 Camaro, 39.5 on that one. Nicely done up. SS. I'll show you the phone number there. True SS it says. And we got a 93 Chevy Indy 500 pickup, special model, 15 grand. Kind of a good survivor. Got a little wear and tear on it, patina. Jump ahead here, we got a 65 Galaxy Z code. Runs great, 15.5. 2-door hardtop. Those are kind of underappreciated, the Fords of that age. That'd be a good one for somebody to grab. Here's a 68 Volkswagen Dune Buggy. New everything, 1600 engine. 13.8, there's your phone number. And we got a 68 GTO here, Pontiac GTO. 58,000 is the price. It's got a 400. All kinds of information, AC in it. A lot of these cars in Florida have AC, which is nice. It does get hot down here. Here's a 41 Ford Coupe. 19.5 is the price. 302 4-speed. Kind of an older build it looks like. Got a 69 Roadrunner for 40 grand. There's your information. And we got a GMC cab over COE 1952, 20 grand on this one. It's a patina rig. There's your phone number. Cab and chassis, ready to put a flatbed or whatever you want on there. And we got what they're calling a 48 Ford, but this is a 51 or 2. Notice the toothy grill, the 51 or 2 hood. Price is 45,000. Not sure why they're calling it a 48, but look inside here. Looks like an F6. Yeah, it's got the 51 2 cab. Got a pickup box on it. Good looking little truck. There's your information. 460 motor, Ford engine. And we got a crew cab. K30. Dually, 87. Four-wheel drive, 454. 10.9 is the price. Doesn't seem so bad. Being a crew cab dually. 32 Ford Roadster here. 38 grand. Judging from the price, probably a glass car. Here's a 65 GTO, 65,000 on that. There's all your information. Good looking GTO there. You got a Volkswagen here for you VW guys, a 1965, or sorry, 74. I'm saying 65, but I'm reading 74. Super Beetle, 12.5 on the price. Got a Mercedes here, 2010 for 9,500. 29 Ford, a little Roadster pickup deal here for 26.5. There's a bunch of the information. Phone number right there. Kind of hard to see on that one, but you can pause it and do the best you can with that one. 69 Chevelle. 100 1/4 on this one. Big block Chevelle. And we got a Corvette here for 95K. Body off to the right. I'll show you this sign quick. There's your phone number. And I'll show you the Corvette information. You know, we can't show every car here, or every price, or every phone number, but we do the best we can. There's always somebody that says, how come you didn't show that 1989 Yugo over there? Well, we just show a certain percentage of them. Generally what catches our eye. Here's a Bronco, first series Bronco. Now this is a really nice original Survivor, original paint and stuff on it. But it does have a later motor. Somebody swapped the motor, get modern powertrain in it. But a real nice Bronco. And they get a couple other things for sale, but the price on that one is $93,000. And I'll show you the engine under the hood there. Show you the other things they got here. It looks like a Beetle and a Camaro. You can pause on any of that you want. Camaro engine, I guess, is what it is. And we got what looks like a 37 Pontiac two-door sedan here. 22 grand on the price. I think it's got some modern powertrain in it. There's all your information if you want to read it. Good looking old Pontiac. Nice solid body on it. Show you the inside real quick. There you go. Nicely done. Here's a 53 Ford convertible. Now this is the last year for the flathead, so that's what it's got, is the flathead under the hood. Price is $27,500. This era Ford is kind of underappreciated. If that was a couple years older, a couple years newer, the price would be much higher. So it's, I think, a good value for the money. 67 Camaro here, 49K on that one. Kind of a purple color, lighter purple. Here's a 51 Ford Vicki, two-door hardtop. No price on this one. We will show you the phone number here, in case you want to call them. There it is. Good looking Ford right here. That one's got a built flathead in there, looks like. And here's a 67 Ranchero, 13.5 is the price. Good looking little Ranchero. There's your phone number. True 390 car. It's got a 390 Ford engine in there. And we got a 74 Roadrunner for 35 grand. There's all your information. Over here we got a 51 Ford. This one's a two-door. Got a visor on it, factory style visor. 22.5 is the price. There's all your information. And back here we have a Cadillac. Notice the oranges on the antennas there. It's kind of interesting. Well, you are in Florida, so oranges are fitting. Here's the 51 Caddy. 16.5 is the price. 4-door sedan. Good looking old Caddy. There's the back end of this one. It's a Mercury Cougar. Convertible. 14.5 is the price. We'll try to get over there and show you the phone number. Can't see it there quite. Jump around to the other side here, but we're going to show you this Triumph. 12.5 is the price on this one. It's a 48 Triumph, they're calling it. I hadn't seen one of these, so I'm not an expert on this. Couldn't tell you if it's real or fake, but it says not a kit car, so that's what they're claiming. Make an offer. There's your phone number. And we got a 74 Charger, Dodge Charger. 16.5 is the price on this one. There's your phone number. 318 AC, runs good. There it is. Notice the big army truck across the street. That's pretty wild. Way up on big tires. Over here we got a Buick, 48 Buick. Price is $18.5. There's your information. Very nice. And we got a 51 Mercury, 14.5 on this one. Nice original car. It's a sedan, but they can't all be coupes and convertibles. This is just a nice original sedan right there. So anyway, we've done all kinds of videos, junkyards, swap meets, museums, all kinds of stuff, so check them out. Also flea markets, like general flea markets. Here's a Buick for $7,900. And, you know, some of them are already posted. We've got lots of content already on. Some of them are posted in the future here, so just keep watching us and we'll get on as many as we can. We got all kinds of cool stuff planned for this season. Here's a 67 GTX Plymouth. 52.5 on that one. Fresh built 440. Ready to go. Here's an 87 C10 to the right of it here, 42,000. This one's a short box. Good looking with the two-tone, or a three-tone maybe on that one. Frame off restoration. Nice looking little C10 there. Here's something you don't see every day, a Hillman Husky. It does have a phone number here, but no price. And it's also a little station wagon. Pretty cool little car. Can't say I've seen one of those for a while. And we'll jump across here. Got a 56 Chevy wagon over here. This one's got a 406 cubic inch. Says on the fender there, no price on this one. Swamp shaker. That's what they call it. Notice the blinds in the back window and the surfboards on the top. That was pretty cool. There was no information on it, but here's a Cadillac, 7,700 bucks. 83 Seville. There's your information there. Phone number. Ice cold AC in it. And we got a 68 GTO, Pontiac GTO, 55 grand on this one. Looks like mostly stock. There's all your information. 400 Ram Air 2 series. Good looking little GTO. Jump over here, we got a Dodge pickup, long box, D100. This one does not have a price. Good looking patina truck. Notice there's the price, but notice it's got a little Florida issue right there. See the rust above the windshield? Here again, that salt air gets into them, and you know, they can be real solid on the bottom, but salt air deposits up in the roof and rusts the roof off. Here's a 73 Impala, cold AC, 25 grand on that one. Good looking Impala. Little 96 Chevy pickup, 13.9 on this one. There's all your information. New tranny in it. Good looking little Chevy. I'm not sure what this one, if it's built off a Prowler or what it is. They're calling it a 3-window coupe. I don't know. You be the judge. 30 grand's the price. No, it's a 5.0 engine, so it's not a Prowler. It does look like a Prowler in the front, I think, but I don't know. Maybe a kit car of some sort. Not sure. Here's a 72 Olds Cutlass. 32,000 is the price. There's your information right there. Good looking Cutlass. Yellow. Yellow looks good on that car. It doesn't on a lot of cars, but that one looks good. Here's a 72 Ford F100. 7,900 is the price. Can't beat the price right there. Drive that one home. 360 engine in it. Got the towing mirrors on it. And we got a Jeep here, 72 Jeep. 22 grand's the price. Original 304 V8. And we got a Thunderbird next to it here. 63 T-Bird. 26.5. And it's got a 390 in it. Pretty cool looking T-Bird there. There's all your information. Look at this. A Survivor fire truck. It's a 1928 Chevy. Price is $15,500. Looks like it runs and drives. There's all your information. 4-cylinder, 4-speed. Kind of a nice Survivor. You don't see those too often. Look at the bell out front. Ladders and hoses on the side. Fire axe. Here's a little Chevy pickup. 96. $18,500 is the price. There's all your information about it. And we got what they're calling a 44 Chevy, or a Ford pickup. 44 Ford pickup. Notice how they cut the hood sides out. I haven't seen somebody do that before. You can look through to the engine. There should be a grill work there on the hood. Kind of a patina build. 18.5. There's all your information. Kind of interesting. Here's a 38 Ford pickup. No price on this one. Older restoration. Just a really nice example of a 38 Ford pickup. Half-ton short box. There's your phone number. Call Bill. Got the original spare tire lock. Got a rear bumper on it. Something you don't see on pickups too often at that age. Good looking little pickup. Over here we got a 60 El Camino. Real nice one. Looks good in red. $38,500 is the price. May trade. There's your phone number. Matching numbers, cars, it says. Good looking El Camino right there. Here we have a Model T. Now this is a hot rodded Model T, but they kept the stock height on the car, on the body I should say, 39.5. And look at the Fat Man wheel. Notice how it folds out of the way for somebody to get in. That's known as a Fat Man wheel. Swing away deal. Anyway, it's probably got, you know, a more modern powertrain. Looking good, but it's cool how it's lowered and still got the tall body, got the oval rear window. Over here we got a what they're calling a 57 Ford delivery truck. There's your information. 65K. All polished aluminum. Now that grill to me looks like a Chevy, but the headlight bezels look like a Ford. It must be a Ford powertrain. That's what they're calling it. I'm not sure on that grill. Maybe somebody can tell us in the video. Not sure who made the body either, if it's Grumman or what it is. Got a little Dune Buggy here. 22K. 4-seater. And it looks like it's got a V6 in there. Kind of a cool Dune Buggy. Here's a 37 Ford. High-end build here. LS1. 75 grand. May trade. There's your phone number. I like how they put the V8 on the front there with the LS1. Well, we got a few sports cars over here. Got a Porsche here for $31,900. Custom exhaust, custom wheels. And here's a Viper, Dodge Viper V10 for 58 grand. Says custom paint, custom exhaust, possible trades on that one. Even got a Ferrari over here, 81 Ferrari, 65 grand. There's all your information. Original, perfect condition, it says. Seems like a reasonable price for a Ferrari. I don't know. Who am I to say? Here's a, they call it a 37, but this is a 38 or 9 Ford pickup. 37 is much different looking. Notice the oval grille and the 38 style cab. Anyway, there's no price on it. Here's a 56 Chevy wagon for $34,500. There's your information. 4-door wagon. And we got a Monte Carlo, 85 Monte Carlo for $25,000. There's all your information there. Now these I think are investment potential. I think these are going to go up in price. I mean, that's a good looking car for the age. And I really think they're going to be the next 57 Chevys. Here's a 60 Chevy Impala. $72,000. There's all your information. Good looking 2-door hardtop. Those are really sought after these days, 59 60s. Here's a 2003 Jeep for $7,900. There's all your information. We got a 56 Ford here, 2-door post, $22,000. 312 V8. Now these cars here, these last 4, don't show the phone number, unfortunately, otherwise I'd show you. So I'm not sure, how you'd get a hold of the guy. That's a 56 there. Well, we will show you the space number and the name, or the space number, just in case you can get a hold of the swap meet and find out who they are if you're interested. Here's a 56 Chevy, 25 grand on that. 8,900 on the Jeep. All the same owner from the looks of it. Same as this one, 56 Chevy. 2-door here. Got a louvered hood. 54,500. But anyway, if you like these kinds of videos, please subscribe. Please give us thumbs up. Give us good comments. All these things really help. And we appreciate all that. And if we get these interactions, it helps us do the videos and we can do more of them for you. But we got all kinds of stuff we put on, so check them all out. And thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next round.